If that's not a Shinigami, then I don't know what is. What's up everybody? It's Luke James, not the singer. If you're an indie artist looking for an album review and some promo, you know you can hit up Luke at redmattersite.com. But right now we're going to talk about this new album from Travis Scott called Birds in the Trap, Sing McKnight. Now this one has been highly anticipated, not only because of Rodeo's success, but also because Travis Scott is just a very popular artist. And I was actually looking forward to this one because even though I don't really like auto-tune rappers, I think you guys know that by now, I think Travis Scott probably does it the best. I actually really enjoyed Rodeo because of the unique production and the dark vibes throughout, and that's exactly what you're going to get with this one, man. I thought the production on this album is just amazing. You're getting a lot of beat build-ups, breakdowns, switch-ups, instruments coming in and out, and for the most part there's a lot of deep bass and dark vibes throughout this one. So I really like the production. It made for a very unique soundscape. For just a couple of examples of those unique sounds, you're going to hear an island slash dance hall slash trap vibe on Guidance, which was pretty cool. I actually didn't like it at first, but that one came to grow on me just because the beat pounds. And then on the end of Sweet Sweet, there's this really groovy and psychedelic outro that sounds like some shit from out of a damn Fruitopia commercial or something like that. I thought that was really cool. So these were two songs that had some unique shit going on, but for the most part, you're going to hear something interesting on pretty much every beat throughout this project. And as far as the content goes, I think you know what you're in for with Travis Scott. You don't go into this expecting great lyricism and social commentary, of course, and you're going to get a lot of shit about drug usage. On Beebs in the Trap, which features Nav, you have him going in about how he has girls doing 3 lines like Adidas, and there's even an interlude on this called SDP, and this one is just about smoking, drinking, and popping pills. It's a very wavy track, and it features some vocals from Cassie on there. So I thought, even though I don't like that drug shit, because I mean I'm way past that, I'm not a party animal, I'm a washed up husband and father, I still really did like the sound of those tracks. And sonically, this album is pretty smooth from beginning to end, if you ask me. There's also some pretty solid features on here as well. You got Kid Cudi on the song Through the Late Night, and this one is just a dedication to people who sleep all day and then they're at it all night. I really like how Travis actually threw back to Cudi's song Day and Night on this one. That was pretty cool. He just was doing that in his bars. But Kid Cudi sounded kind of weird on some of this. Like on the intro, it sounded like he was a hostage that was drugged and was just trying to mumble for help or some shit. But it's still a very smooth and wavy track. Some perfect late night vibes, as you can guess by the title. And Travis Scott was on here saying he wants a girl to stroke his cactus. So Travis, you might need to get your dick checked out if you got some sharp shit sticking out of it like a damn porcupine. Now Kid Cudi is actually featured on the song Way Back as well, and you're going to notice there's a feature from Swizz Beatz on here, but both him and Cudi, all they do is a little bit of vocalizing throughout, so thankfully we did not get one of those awful Swizz Beatz hooks or chants on this one. They're just doing a little bit to add to the whole sound of the track, and I thought this was another one that sounded really great. Again, there's a dope beat switch up on this, you get some nice guitar on the outro, there's lots of interesting things happen, and I kind of like that line from Travis when he said that he's going to continue to win and he will never Gold State, in reference to how Golden State went 73-9 and then couldn't get the job done when it mattered in the finals. But now they got KD, so I can't wait for the basketball season, which is right around the corner, and football is back, man. I don't mean to get off track, but hey man, we only got a couple days, so that'll be interesting. And if you like football, feel free to comment throughout my videos as we go through the season, because I'm always down to talk about some football. But getting back to the features, other than Black Youngsta just talking gibberish on the Star to Coordinate, which was actually still a good song, has a catchy hook, another smooth beat, and Travis kind of sounds like Future on that first verse, which was weird, but it was still one of my favorites. And then you got 21 Savage, just 21 Savaging his way through Outside. I think he's one of the worst rappers I've ever heard in my life, but I understand why people like him, because he's so hard, man, he's so savage, I get it, but I don't know, I'm not a fan of him. I think he had the weakest part on this entire album, so that's why Outside was my least favorite. But getting into the great features, we got Andre 3000 on the end, so that one was interesting to hear him just on some trap production. And I thought it was kind of cool how he touched on how he brought up during those Atlanta child murders back in the day, man. I remember watching a documentary on that shit. It was crazy. It was something like 20, 30 kids, I think, being murdered, if I'm not mistaken. And imagine thinking that if Andre had been one of these victims, since he came up in that time, we wouldn't have had 3 Stacks, we wouldn't have had Outkast. Just imagine how different the game would be. I don't know if anyone else was thinking that way when they heard that line, but at least that's what I went to. And of course, you got Kendrick Lamar on Goosebumps, but I don't know, his verse was cool, but it's not one of those Kendrick verses that really blows you away, at least not in my opinion. And he has this one part on there that really made me cringe when he goes, "Put that pussy on a pedestal." But it worked, because guess what? I cannot stop saying that shit, man. My wife is ready to slap me upside the head because I'm walking around the house singing about that damn shit. Because it's catchy and I don't know, man. I guess it kind of worked if it's stuck in my head, but it still kind of makes me feel weird when he goes with that high-pitched voice, but whatever. Kendrick is always trying new vocal styles, and maybe he's just practicing some new shit to try out on his new album. But overall, man, I think this is a really dope album. I like this way more than I was expecting. I like the atmosphere of it all. And like I said, I think Travis Scott is the best when it comes to making this auto-tune music, largely in part because of the production and just that atmosphere. Now just to wrap up a couple of other songs I didn't talk about, I really like the song Lose, which also features Cassie. This one just has him on some triumphant shit, speaking about how he's kind of nervous because he has shit to lose, but he's not going to stop. You got Pick Up the Phone, which I already talked about in my review for Young Thug's Jeffrey. Love this track, love the beat, has a lot of those really cool steel drums in it, and of course you got Quavo on there saying, "Don't discriminate," so that alone is a classic. Fire that one up in Urban Dictionary. And there's also a song with The Weeknd on here, the outro track. It was alright, it wasn't anything that blew me away. I thought it was a little bit generic, I guess I could say, but wasn't a bad track. I mean, it fit in with what was going on. I don't know if I'm missing a track or two, I might be, but I covered most of them, and I think you get my point, man. This is a dope album to me. I give it a 4 out of 5, but you guys hit me up in the comment section with your thoughts, and make sure you let me know how you feel, man. Do you think this is better than Rodeo? Do you like Travis's progression? Whatever you want to tell me, hit me up and let me know. Now you also want to make sure that you subscribe to my channel, you share my videos, you follow me on Twitter, you like them, etc. You know what to do, man. I've been asking you to do this shit for years, so hopefully you're helping me out and spreading the word, and I will see you next time.